This is part 7 of my divorce story. As we drove home from the hospital, I dreaded walking back into that house. I expected it to feel cold, empty, and unbearably lonely. But surprisingly, it wasn't. When we pulled up, the entire neighborhood was outside. First responders were everywhere, police cars, fire trucks. It made me nervous. I didn't expect any of it. I remember thinking, how did they even get inside my house without a key? Detectives approached us and asked us to walk them through what happened. I stood silent while my husband explained that he had laid our baby boy in the center of the bed on his stomach, surrounded by pillows. To this day, I still think about how terrifying it must have been for him to find crew unresponsive. I try to create logic and sympathy even through my own sadness and anger. My instinct is to always apologize. I'm a chronic apologizer. It's a trauma response. My mind wants to say, I'm so sorry, baby. But the anger inside of me oftentimes screams, you killed my fucking child. This was the first time I'd ever met Angry Jewel, and she was mean. A detective questioned me next. I told him I had fallen asleep on the couch after taking my medication. He asked me to get the bottle. Then he asked if I knew about SIDS, and my world earthquaked. Because yes, I knew a lot about SIDS. SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. The Mayo Clinic defines it as the unexplained death of a seemingly healthy baby under a year old, often during sleep. The cause is unknown, but may involve the part of the brain that controls breathing and waking. Risk factors exist, but one of the most important prevention steps is placing a baby on their back. I have been warned. A girlfriend of mine who was a police officer once told me, do not put your baby on their stomach in a bed. Those are the saddest calls that we get as officers. Another friend of mine, my namesake, had lost her child to SIDS and shared her story publicly. Even the hospital educated us thoroughly. In prenatal classes with my first son, we learned about SIDS and safe sleep. After Crew was born, they made us watch a video on it and sign paperwork acknowledging our understanding. Everything pointed to SIDS, but it would take several months and an autopsy to confirm it. Family and friends came together for a small ceremony and balloon release. But when everyone went home, our relationship collapsed. I told my therapist that I couldn't seem to feel sadness about losing my son because I was still so angry at my husband for cheating. She told me that I was grieving multiple things at once and that there was no shame in the order my emotions showed up. But my mind spiraled. Was it even SIDS? Did he have something to do with this? Did he kill my baby for that girl? I created a fake Twitter account to let out my darkest parts of my grief. I wrote things I didn't even recognize in myself, things no mother ever wants to admit she felt. I recorded our conversations. I obsessively called her the mistress. I collected screenshots. I knew this relationship had slipped into something unhealthy and unsafe. I confided in one of my favorite cousins, a lawyer, my safe space. Girl, he took apart the guest bed, removed the mattress, took the wooden slats out, even took off the doorknob. He's throwing my shit out the house like I'm the one who cheated. I would run away to a friend's place or my brother's house, but I'd always go back. I wasn't innocent either. I destroyed the house. Every trinket that reminded me of the family I thought I had was gone. I tried to take my life because I was heartbroken, hormonal, depressed, still producing milk out of my breast, still experiencing phantom pains on my left shoulder where I used to hold my baby, still hearing phantom cries in the house, and the baby was dead. I tried to numb myself to the verbal abuse. If he called me lazy, dumb, stupid, fat bitch, I would repeat it over and over until it didn't hurt anymore. Lazy, fat, stupid, dumb bitch. Lazy, fat, stupid, dumb bitch. Lazy, fat, stupid, dumb bitch. But eventually, I broke. One day, he sent me screenshots of the plans his mistress had for them. The devil literally dangled temptation in the front of him, and he said, yum. I remember telling him, If this would guess you wet, go be with that bitch. And in one of my conversations with her, she told me, I guess we both fell for the same charismatic man. I laughed and thought, no, dummy. You fell for my husband. We spent more than a year in court dividing assets and accounts, forcing him to give me my fair share because I had nothing. I didn't even have the strength to fight, but my lawyer did. When I said, give him everything, I don't care, she said very matter of factly, Jewel, let me do my job. I was supported by my family. He was supported by his mistress. One thing about her, she loved that man. Our divorce was finalized on Valentine's Day 2024, and by December 2024, my ex-husband had married his mistress. I still feel like collateral damage in their love story. I suffered significantly, and I'm not sure I'll ever be the same. The moral of this story, don't let a marriage keep you from the love of your life. My husband didn't.